Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another predictions video, and in today's video I'm going to be predicting the Iglesias versus Reis fight. If you're new around here though and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do indeed like the video, and let's get straight into it. So going into this fight, Iglesias is 8-0 with 7 KOs and Reis is 11-0 with 8 KOs. This fight is for the IBO World Super Middleweight title. Iglesias' last fight was a win via TKO in round 10 versus Velikovsky, and Reis' last fight was a win via unanimous decision versus Ospinnikov. Iglesias is 25 and Reis is 30. This on paper is a step up for both opponents. It's going to be interesting to see if that's how it's going to play out or not, but it is on paper a step up for both opponents in my opinion, and two unbeaten opponents against each other, so they're both going to be of course coming to win and coming to put on a show, and I think it's going to be a very good fight this one, an underrated fight this one. But to speak a bit more about what I'm just saying, Iglesias, I believe this is his first defence of the IBO title, might be wrong. Iglesias last time out, very good performance from him, got the TKO, possibly could have got it even earlier. It looked very comfortable, it looked like he knew what he was doing and just had complete control of the whole fight. Reis's last fight, if I'm being completely honest, I couldn't watch it. There's not loads of tape on him. I watched a few of his fights from the amateurs and watched there's a bit of sparring footage of him as well. But to be fair, I was impressed with what I saw. So obviously I can't give too much of an analysis of him. But this is going to be the fight for him. To be fair, like Iglesias as well, which is going to make their career for the moment. And from this, they could definitely get a big step up. So, you know, that's what makes this fight so good. Iglesias, of course, has the age advantage, being the younger guy by 5 years. Possibly might be 6. He might be 24, but I've got him down as 25. But yeah, Reis being a little bit of an older guy, but of course that comes with a bit more experience for him. Iglesias as a fighter, he's physically a big fighter, he's got fast hands, he's sharp, he works off the jab well, he resets after being pushed back well, he has a good shot selection, he hits with intent, he's confident, he's a mid-range type fighter, he's composed and he's got high output. I like the way that he doesn't look panicky or too. He's composed, like I said, and even when he is on the back foot and did get pushed back versus Velikovsky, he managed to reset well, use his physical ability. He kind of knew that if he got pushed back a bit, if he then planted his feet and then responded with a few, that being the physically bigger, stronger guy, that he could just very easily then kind of reset it, flip the momentum back, and then be able to push back Velikovsky, and he did that very well, and that was nice to see. The fast hands, good combinations, sharp, like I said, all the things you want to see from a young fighter coming up, and he's an exciting prospect. His negatives, he can be countered, of course. He's got all the pressure on him, so is that going to play a factor? I don't know. His accuracy sometimes can be a bit off. Sometimes he's missing shots quite wildly, and it's maybe down to the high output, but he doesn't pick his shots crazily good at times. His defensive movement, he's not got too much of that. He stands upright as well. And of course, for both fighters, neither of them have really been overly pushed back, overly tested. I mean, I said Velikovsky did it a little bit, but not loads. And so I feel like there's going to be chances for both fighters to prove themselves in this fight and then see what you can work with and see how they deal with being put under pressure, both fighters. Reis, as a fighter, like I said, I didn't get loads on him, but I got a bit. His positives, he's a bigger fighter as well. They're both quite big guys. He's aggressive. He's a front foot fighter. He will definitely make it tough. He is more than happy to clinch and kind of make it a close range kind of war, and that will be interesting to see how Iglesias deals with that, because I don't think he's had to deal with that yet. He's a pressure fighter. He also packs power, of course, as well. Like I say, he's an inside fighter, and Iglesias, I think, is more that mid-range type fighter, so I think if he is going to be dragged into some sort of close range war where Reis is clinching, that could definitely make it difficult for him. And he imposes his size as well, like Iglesias does, and so if they're both trying to impose themselves, then that could make for a kind of stand in the middle type fight and trade. He's got a strong guard as well, and he will let his hands go as well, so I think this is going to be a very entertaining fight, and I'm very excited for it. Like I said, an underrated fight, this one. His negatives, bit reckless, well, quite reckless really. When he comes in, he just comes in a bit wildly, and if it doesn't land, then he's going to clinch, and you see it quite a lot with fighters. But it is reckless, it is wild. It means he can get timed very much so, and he does walk onto shots. He's definitely not as technical as what Iglesias is. He keeps his head on the line. He's not as fast. His defensive movement, it doesn't really have any. But no, it's going to be an entertaining fight. Like I said, Iglesias is the favourite for this one, and I think that Reis will win via TKO in round 7. I think it's going to, I'm going against it. I'm going against the odds, I suppose. I think it's going to be, like I said, a very good fight, this one. I think if Reis gets Iglesias up on the ropes and it's going to and pushes him back, then I think Reis is definitely going to be able to find success. And I feel like Iglesias might be not too sure what to do, how to deal with it, because like I said, in the past when he fought and he was fighting the smaller guys, he was able to impose his size and, like I said, flip momentum if he did get put under pressure quite easily because he was the bigger guy. But as Reis is quite a big guy himself and is physically strong as well, he might not be able to do that quite as easily, and if that doesn't work out for him and Reis is able to walk through anything that he shows, then that could make for an interesting fight. But of course Iglesias could time a shot, but I don't know if Iglesias has that one punch knockout power. I think he's a bit more of a combination. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I think Reis is going to win via TK in round 7. Going for the underdog. And where would he go on to next? To be completely honest, I'm not too sure. There's a few options I've got here. Couple low-rated guys in the rankings. Yagin is a Russian fighter that could make for something. Or Zachen Huber, who I believe is a German fighter. I might be wrong. Sorry if I got any of these wrong. Or Quigley. I think that could be a good fight, to be completely honest. Quigley coming off the defeat versus Belanga, but he's still a high level guy who's fought at a top level, and if Reis wants to get to that top level, then it wouldn't be too difficult of a fight to make, I don't think, and I feel like Quigley could do with an opponent. You never know, that might happen. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like if you did, like this, subscribe if you are new, and thanks for watching.